Welcome back to Daily Drop. Okay, Vineeth, let's talk blockchain utility. Okay, so tokenizing assets also provides lots of blockchain utility. So how much more efficient will the economy potentially get because of blockchain technology?
We believe that there's drastic potential for innovations and increases in efficiency. The way in which we kind of see blockchain technology at this point in time is that blockchain technology is a mechanism for the clearing and settlement of assets. So how do I move value from point A to point B without having to trust any intermediary or any third party? And that's where blockchain technology can definitely enact. When it comes to, like, let's say, efficiency gains, right now, like if I'm trying to send money from me to you, I'm trying to do that through a bank. There's a whole bunch of people basically verifying that those books and records are kept in order and that there's a reconciliation process between all of these transfers of funds. A lot of that inefficiencies in regards to that reconciliation is automated within the blockchain itself. So you don't need to rely upon any third party in order to validate that an actual transaction went through.
Well, look, and blockchain technology is so exciting. I mean, all the possibilities, all the potential, just like AI. But I will say one thing that I've been worrying about is the consequences of it, right? So, like, if blockchain technology eliminates the need for, let's call them wasteful intermediaries, how many job losses are we looking at potentially?
I wouldn't see them as job losses, but more so just a reprioritization of, I would say, the human capital that we have within the financial intermediaries that currently exist. So right now, a lot of like the back office that exists for a lot of the trade reconciliation and everything else, these are cost drivers to a lot of these financial institutions. By providing an optimal settlement rail for some of these banks and financial intermediaries, it allows for them to actually provide benefit to a larger number of people while simultaneously minimizing their costs. Will there be potential redundancies in regards to headcount? Yes. But we believe that the benefits that the optimization and the financial inclusion that the blockchain technology can bring actually outweighs the, I would say, detriment of potential loss of headcount for some of these financial intermediaries.
Right. So it's really the same argument in the AI space where it's like some jobs will be lost, but it's also humans will be using the AI, so it also creates jobs, right?
Entirely.
Okay, so let's talk about blockchain technology and how pervasive do you think it is? Like, do you? I mean, I would imagine because you work in the space, but do you think that blockchain technology is going to be in absolutely every industry? Like, that's the future?
I do believe that it will be pervasive, but like my goal is to make it pervasive to a point where people don't actually understand what the underlying technology is. So like the goal that we have at Emurgo and that I have for the blockchain space is it needs to be it needs to provide real world utility to people, right? Like you don't care how your engine in your car works. You don't care how a SQL database works for your internet queries. All that matters is you getting utility out of what you're using. So at the end of the day, I think the best case for blockchain is it pervasive in everything, but no one actually knows what's going on in the back, or no one needs to care about, are you using a blockchain database or are you using a centralized database? And for me, that's kind of that end goal. And we can see this pervasiveness start to pick up on the payment side of things with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal starting to get into stable coins. And when you're utilizing, let's say, any of these applications, you're not really knowing that you're interacting with a blockchain. And that for us is the end goal, is to make that entire process so seamless that no one actually cares about what the technology is. They just know that it's making their lives better.
It's a brilliant observation. Okay, so do you think then that the invisibility of the adoption, that's sort of like a success benchmark?
I would entirely say so, yes, because like I think the invisibility of the adoption as well as just the overall adoption in and of itself. So as people start to use it, it becomes less and less what is the technology that's underpinning it. And this, I think, was one of the problems with the blockchain space earlier on, which was people were like, oh, look, it's blockchain. Everything needs to be utilizing blockchain technology. And the problem that this kind of drives is that there's certain things that blockchain technology are very good at solving. There's certain things that blockchain technology is not good at solving. An example is like, if I wanted to move timber from here to Panama, I would use a cargo ship. They've been around for hundreds of years, but they're very cost effective at doing that very particular role. In my analogy, the cargo ship is like a centralized database. A blockchain is like a Delta 5 rocket. Yes, I could repurpose a Delta 5 rocket to move timber from here to Panama, but it's besides the point. It's not what it was actually designed for. And I think that once people realize the benefits of blockchain for the particular use cases that that technology was used for, we're going to start to see a lot more real world applications as opposed to people just throwing the term blockchain around without actually knowing this is how you would actually use this within a larger tool set in technology.
Wow, right before the break. You're awesome. We got Vineeth here on the Daily Drop.